Man, listen.
So I sat where Chris sat. I watched Oppenheimer, it was amazing. But I was thinking, holy shit, this thing, Red One on this screen, with this technology, gonna be game over.
Bruh, you can even film it in IMAX. So since The Rock did the Tooth Fairy way back in the day, he's decided that he wants to do the Christmas version of it. And so he made this PG-13 movie with rated R jokes that he's trying to sell for the whole family. And if it feels like a Disney Plus movie on the big screen, it's because it was supposed to go to Prime. Pretty much, they made a $250 million movie so that they can make all their money up front, which is legal somehow. And while you can lie and have a Netflix movie top the charts, buddy, you can't hide a flop at the box office. So after Red Notice, Red One, this man needs a red card with what he's been releasing, because when it comes to good scripts, it's like he's read none.
Are you listening to me? No.
And you know it's bad when the studio was holding reviews from critics. Like, they had an embargo until a random Tuesday that ended up being election night because they wanted to hide all of the mixed reactions. They knew they were not going to get the red wave they wanted. Personally, I would have kept this as a streaming movie because I'm like really making this video as a PSA to save y'all on a down payment in case you were going to go to the theaters with your family. Because from here on out, I'm giving you all a spoiler warning to warn you about these terrible spoilers. Let me explain.
Cool. What's left for Dwayne Johnson to do?
OnlyFans, clearly.
Yeah. We'll work on that.
I don't want it. Garcia?
So the movie follows around J.K. Simmons as Santa Claus, who honestly is the best part of the movie, which is why he then goes missing for a majority of the movie. Not only is he jolly, but he also had an interesting take going for him. And it's actually a guy who cares, and you see Santa go out to the mall to talk to kids.
Are you gonna write that now?
Steel trap.
This is also a Santa that puts like whey protein into his cookies because he is jacked. And they actually explain why he's this big, because he is going down chimneys and not getting stuck. He's hopping around all these roofs. He's getting the job done. And honestly, he's almost at the point where he's more fit than his own security.
The bodyguard for Santa Claus.
I'm the commander of the ELF.
What's that stand for?
Extremely large and formidable.
That's where we then see The Rock, who's playing a super serious elf named Calum Drift, who works so hard, he's stuck peeing in water bottles in order to protect Santa at all times, but now he's looking to retire. Turns out that he's so sick of the naughty list growing that he can't even fathom looking at it twice. But then 2 days before Christmas, Santa gets kidnapped.
Bridge!
It turns out that someone sent the Black Ops on Claus because it was their Call of Duty, and they even left a Rock crying over spilt milk.
Last night, Red One, also known as St. Nicholas of Myra, was abducted.
That's where Chris Evans' Jack O'Malley comes in, who's pretending to play the most unlikable guy because he's literally a criminal, someone who's in debt, a person who leaves his own kid hanging, and he's so cartoonish. They legit have this man steal candy from a baby. Childish. Supposedly he's a hacker who can find anything that you throw at him, but I just find it really hard to believe that Christopher Evans can even hack a Amazon Fire Stick, much less a secret organization. The thing is also that he doesn't realize that the last job that he had compromised the location of Santa because, it's the North Pole.
Hi, Jack.
That's why Lucy Liu brings him in, since she's the director of MORA, the Mythological Oversight and Restoration Authority, obviously, and they manage all the humans and fantastical creatures in the world. So, of course, before we even get this first movie to wrap, they're already showing us all the spin-offs they want to get into this franchise.
The Headless Horseman?
Garcia?
What the hell?
Shall we do the thing?
They've got Polar Tinos? After meeting the crew, they tell Jack to hit the road, but with a wire under his sweater, since they want him to find out who hired him to hack the coordinates. And so now it's a road trip movie with two people who clearly don't even want to be there. Even less than me in the theater.
I'm not gonna like you. I can tell right away, out of everyone here, I like you the least.
We now see them go through toy stores instead of the portals for the North Pole. We see Calum's powers and how he's able to supersize his Hot Wheels. But their chemistry, and these two, their chemistry is worse than Jesse Pinkman's in high school.
What?
Like, it's crazy seeing a movie where both leads are measuring their egos, and then they still both fall short.
Ow.
They end up finding the broker who set up the deal with Jack, and he tells them that it was a literal witch named Gryla, who's played by the actress who was a teenage witch once.
The world will be punished.
She's the one keeping Nick caged up since she knows he's a national treasure, but she wants to change the way he's been doing things. Pretty much, she's got him in this globe like Trolls 3, where she's sucking out his powers as he's trapped, with her master plan being that she wants to imprison every kid who's ever been on the naughty list, even if it's off of tech.
Come again?
She also has an army of snowmen that she sends out to kill them in order for her to not be stopped, and because it's a movie starring The Rock, she has to send him to the beach because of course he would be there. And that's where he gets to showcase his super duper cool powers.
It's a big job.
And it's a turning into Kevin Hart.
Is that funny to you?
After murdering Frosty and his cousins, they go see Krampus since he's the one who created the naughty list. And he's also Santa's adopted brother, so he might know a thing or two. On top of that, and I know the mythos went this deep, but he dated the witch, so now he's kind of worried about getting iced by his ex. Also, Krampus has a rated R horror movie that's out there, and ironically, that's a much better family film than this.
Interesting. My turn!
I will say that the one thing this scene has going for it is the actual practical effects, because there's a big difference between this set inside that's super intricate, and then when they do outside stuff like that snowmobile scene, because trust me, there is a reason they are not marketing that snowmobile scene. But you also see it in the characters, like the actor who plays Krampus, who some of you may know from Game of Thrones, or if you watch sports, Scott's Turf Builder. But again, the fact that this is the same director who did Jumanji with The Rock just shows you how much they're stretching it, because I think those movies are funny. I think they work. Here, they're forcing that MCU template for a Christmas franchise, and it's just not working. That's why The Rock just uses his Ant-Man powers to escape by rocking and socking them as they blast their way out of there, but then it leads to one of the dumbest moments of the movie. It turns out that the witch has this weapon, which is a bunch of snow globes that can pretty much trap whoever's been naughty, so she's able to snatch up our main character Jack and his son. But because they get locked up together, we end up getting the obligatory scene where he reflects on being a terrible father right at the climax of the movie, and then the globe just breaks because he said he's sorry. So literally, if you get trapped by the main baddie in this movie, all you gotta say is my bad and you're good. Even dumber than that is when the entire elf organization, this whole Men in Black for Christmas, none of them realized that the witch never left the North Pole. Literally, they came in, swatted them, and then just stayed. These guys literally went to Aruba just to go on vacation.
We got snowmen!
We then get to the final confrontation as our wrap-up gift where they go all out in the North Pole HQ, and it's like they took the worst CGI from all of their recent movies and just blended it. One of them is wearing bright red but still looks like the Gray Man. The whole color scheme is as basic as the same shirt Dwayne wore for years, and there's so much garbage up on screen that when they said they were hosting sensory screenings, I thought that was just gonna be a black screen.
That was so disturbing.
It's one of those where it doesn't matter if you're a magic elf who's shifting powers or a human Lucy Liu who did her own stunts. They pretty much have everyone survive through magic and a bad script in this one. And it stinks because The Rock used to make the best version of this movie back when he wasn't so big and it didn't cost $250 million. And I even made a Rock video almost a decade ago that's been repeated to death because everyone knows it's true. I know Chris Evans also has the chops to be a more in-depth character and not just the opposite of Captain America like he's been doing.
Could you recall a moment when you were given a second chance, and how did that shape you?
Sure. Just look at my career from 2000 kind of up till now. I've had a lot of second chances.
Surprisingly, the good guys do end up saving the day, and we get to see Santa actually do his 9 to 5, which happens 9 to 5, but overnight. He's going full parkour over these roofs and sliding down chimneys. We see him shipping and packing like he's Amazon Prime, which explains why they produced this movie. But again, the movie Red One should have focused on Red One. It's like when you get to see Spidey actually be your neighborhood superhero. You know, you want the person who actually brings the fun. In the end, both characters do grow off of each other, and they're able to learn their lessons until the sequel. Caleb gets his spark back as he imagines them all as little kids. Jack reunites with his son, and the movie sets itself up as a franchise that already owes money. But hopefully I helped save yours.
Let's save Christmas.
Thank you all for checking out this video. I'm curious to know your thoughts down below in the comment section. And speaking on saving money, a big thanks to this video sponsor, Benjamin. It's one of the highest rated shopping apps that lets you earn points by tracking your receipts and all the shopping that you do, even getting you the best online deals by giving you cash back on a bunch of your favorite stores. Benjamin also lets you cash in on playing any of their thousands of games on their platform that earn you money through the ads you watch as you compete for goals. So be it puzzles, RPGs, or story games, turn playtime into pay time for free. So if you're interested, click the link down below and get the best deals by downloading Benjamin. Again, even when it comes to holiday movies, I think Jumanji's better, and that's in the jungle. I also think they did Bonnie Hunt dirty because they did not give her enough screen time or anything to do with Mrs. Claus, or MC as they were calling her. And the timing is just offsides, man, because how are you releasing a Christmas movie but before Thanksgiving is even here? Like, it's just like the turkeys nowadays. It's overstuffed, it's bloated, and it's bland. I'm curious to know if someone's actually excited for Red 2 or whatever they're going to call it if they do end up making money. Put me on. Let me know what I'm missing in this movie, or better yet, let me know the actual winter movie you'll be watching. Other than that, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section on this movie or any others you want to see on LME on. And until next time, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, or you'll end up as a level 4 naughty lister.
Is that funny to you?